G'day folks, welcome to another PTP Fishing, and my apologies for the lack of content over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Got back from Canberra and that bit of trout fishing that you saw in the last video, and yes, the battery for my electric motor died, and I've been deliberating, do I go another AGM battery, do I go lithium? Where do I go with the lithium? Because you can spend a very lot of money, or there seems to be some very good value ones there, or do you go somewhere in the middle? I finally made a decision. I went somewhere in the middle. Today is the first outing using it. It's very different, not in the power or anything that it produces, just that it feels so light. It almost feels like you're lifting a sort of a cardboard cutout of a battery. But I guess today will be the first test of it. So far so good. We're sitting still. I'm just going to do a little bit of fishing today. I have no real plans. I have no real idea of what the fishing's like where I am today. So I'm just going to go fishing, hopefully catch a few fish, put a video together for you guys and give this battery a bit of a test. So come along for the ride. I hope you enjoy the video. Welcome to another PTP Fishing. So it has been a very slow start, folks. Very slow start indeed. And this guy here, I don't know whether I've actually hooked him or I've wrapped him up. Anyway, we have a first, I don't know, I have hooked him properly. We have a first fish. Not a huge fish, but let me tell you, after about half an hour of speculating around the biggest bit of structure in the whole place, the first bite is very welcome. So there it is, 355. So as my good mate Robbie Alexander would say, I'm on the board. See you later, buddy. Okay. Well, I normally say where there's one, there's more. Mind you, I'd given up on that retrieve and started winding in when he whacked it, so certainly can't tell what retrieve they want. I won't lie though, it did feel very good to get a bite. It's the first 45 minutes to an hour has been very quiet. Well, not quiet noise-wise. It's a very busy road up there, but like I said, very nice to get that first fish. Hopefully we can find a few more, and hopefully a few a little bit bigger than that guy, but we've made a start. I want to quickly show you this fish, not because it's a big fish or anything else, but just because of how it's eaten this lure. So that is a Rapala Crush City, the jerk in there. And that's not a big fish. That'd be 35-36 centimeters, but absolutely walloped it. And what it was at the end of a retrieve. So I was basically winding in to make another cast, and this guy's come screaming off the bottom and grabbed it. So it's another good tagger. Not quite the size we want, but again, 2 fish in the last couple of minutes is better than no fish for the first 45. It's a little bit bigger than I thought, 38 centimeters, so they're slowly getting bigger. See you, buddy.
was a good bite. They're the bites we want. Don't think it's a very big fish, but that's the bite we want. Come on, little fella. It's not the size, but that's the bite. He whacked it. Yeah, baby.
Very different eat, but same result. Yeah, that's that Crush City, the jerk. It's a very sort of mullety looking colour. I'll show you that after I put a tag in this guy. But again, not a big fish. That'd only be, again, sort of that 36, 37. But that's the bite I'm looking for, that real whack as it hits the back on the bottom. So pop a tag in this guy, let him go, and then I'll show you this lure.
So, 2 peas in a pod. Not only did he love the plastic the same as the last one, he's the same size as the last one. 38 centimetres. Oh, let go of that. See you later, buddy. Gone.
So as promised, there that lure is. So that's a Crush City, the jerk. Not sure what the colour is as normal. I'll put it around me here somewhere, but it's a very bait fish imitation. Why have I gone a jerk shad? Well, there's a fair bit of run in the current. I mean, we're coming towards the sort of bottom of the tide, which wasn't ideal tides this morning, but I figured put that on, represent, I guess, the bait fish and everything that's in the system. And well, that's 3 fish that have eaten it pretty solidly, so I just need the quality of the fish to improve. But yeah, a Rapala Crush City, the jerk, and that's a 3/8 PML jig head.
Okay, bigger fish can come now if they like. I do like the way that one hit. That was, as soon as I moved the plastic and it got back to the bottom, you could just feel the fish come and sit on it. They're the bites you like, because you know that they've wanted it. Call a plan coming together. Now that's thumping brim, that is. Oh, horse brim. Oh yeah. That's cool. That's cool. So that's pretty exciting. Now, I was overestimating the size of the fish a little bit, but that's not a bad little brim. And what I've done, I was actually going to leave the bridge. I thought to myself, big structure, we know brim love structure like this. Throw the little curly tail plastic there, the Crush City. I think it's called a creeper. Throw that on, throw it around a few pole lines before I look for other fish, and that's the first bite I've had. That'd be, I'd say, easily a 30 tipper, but very cool. There's that lure. Great little lures, and that's certainly made my morning so far, because I was starting to worry a little bit that maybe the tides and everything I've got today most probably just aren't quite right. But that one, it's definitely a much nicer fish. Like I said, on that Rapala Crush City creeper. So there it is, 315 295, so 295 fork, 315 tip. Give you another look at him. big, fat, healthy fish. Thank you for coming and playing. See you later, buddy. So I've missed the hook up, but finally playing with something here. I think I've fished about 4 different spots since the bridge, and every single bite so far has been a random fish in the middle of nowhere. So decided to come and throw hard bodies over some of the flats while the tide's slack. There we go. First bite. I think I say this a lot, but when you get a bite like that after so long without one, it's a very good feeling indeed. So there's a little guy to add to the collection. Thought I was filming, and of course I wasn't. That is a tiny one though, that one. Again, the fishing's tough. I'm just getting random bites and random spots. There's been no pattern to it whatsoever. You know, it's only a little fish, but it's certainly welcome at this point in time. I've gone and had a play. This edge here looked nice and deep, and I thought, oh well, couldn't be bothered casting to it, so I just had a bit of a troll. No idea what I hooked here, but what have I hooked? Looks like a half decent flathead, I think. Oh, well and truly. That's by far the fish of the day. Get in that net. By far the fish of the day. So I stuck with that bulldog crank that I was using. As you can see there, he's absolutely engulfed it. So it's most probably a fish of about, I don't know, 43, 44, 45 centimetres. Anyway, that one's going home for tea. Well, the one-offs continue, so I'm back at the bridge for I guess the last hurrah. The best result would be if I could pick up another couple of decent fish, and that would get me a good feed. But, yeah, it's been quite a strange session on the water, really. It's sort of, I'm trying to think of the right thing to say, but the fishing has been random to say the least, but then again the tide is a random tide too. Like it's not a very low from a big high and going to a low high. So would I normally fish this tide? Most probably not, but sometimes you just got to fish when opportunity allows, and that's what today's been. So I'm going to give it another hour or so, see if something wants to play, and then that'll most probably be it for this PTP fishing. Gotcha. Nice. Not quite the size I'm after. I shouldn't complain today because it's all been random, that's for sure. It is. Another undersized flatty, 36 centimetres. Hi buddy. Zoom. him go and sit on it. Another little tacker. Come in here. So again, not a very big fish, but I wanted to show you more because of that plastic. So when there's so little run in the tide, like there is at the moment, I like to use either a curl tail or a paddle tail plastic. Just something that gives off a bit more vibration, a bit more movement. And that's a Crush City, the Suspect, in the baitfish colour. Perfect for this sort of thing. Doesn't take much at all for that tail to really get going. So I think that makes a difference when there's not a lot of run, not a lot of movement in the tide. There you go. Somebody's discarded crab pot. These Crush City plastics catch everything. So that's it for this PTP fishing. It was a little bit of all over the place really today, wasn't it? So look, I'm pretty stoked that I caught some fish. As I said, the tide was a pretty ordinary tide. Thankfully the wind didn't come up like it was supposed to, so in the end I'm just glad that I got on the water. I managed to get a few fish. I got one for the table, and yeah, it was a very random bite. But anyway, that's the way it goes sometimes. Some days you find a pattern and catch heaps, other days you just got to keep persevering and picking up fish where they want to bite. So I hope you'd enjoyed it. Like I said, it's a little bit all over the place, but hopefully there's enough tips in there for you to get out and have a crack yourself. Anyway, if you have enjoyed it, don't forget, like, subscribe, help me grow the channel, and I'll catch you next time from PTP Fishing. See ya!